Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another great video with the hockey coach guru, Coach FRENCHY for the Hockey Nation Live Show. Today we talk about the 10 best NHL offseason 2021 acquisition so far. So I'm going to give you a list of the 10 different players where I believe make an impact already for the first quarter with their team in NHL for the season 2021-2022. Don't go nowhere. But before we start, we invite you, don't forget to subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook page. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the likes that will helping us to grow. And finally, tell us what you think about my selection of 10 different best NHL players acquisitions during the offseason. Let's dive in talking about them. Here we go. The number 10, I go with the Vancouver Canucks guy, CONOR GARLAND. GARLAND was a trade with Arizona Coyotes. Was a mega trade. Remember, he came with the Vancouver from the Arizona with UEL. Since the beginning of the season, the first quarter and 29 games, he has 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points. We know the Vancouver Canucks did not do well for the first 25 games of the season, won the last 4 games, but GARLAND was not a problem. He continues to produce with the team, and it's a great acquisition for the Canucks for this season. Let's dive in now to number 9, and I have to go with Arizona. We talk about the trade. Came from the trade they did with the Flyers during the offseason. The veterans players, after difficult years, couple of years recently with the Flyers, find a way to light up inside of his career at that moment. In 27 games, he had 4 goals, 13 assists, 17 points. Dominate at that moment the most point for a defenseman with the Coyotes, and he well-deserved and good acquisition for the Arizona so far since the beginning of the season. Number 8, Alex NEDELJKOVIC. We know the trade between Detroit, Carolina, Jonathan Bernier to the Carolina and return on NEDELJKOVIC. We know the reason did not sign him, the Carolina, after having an amazing, great year with the Canes, is about the salary. It was too much for what the Canes, they believe they should trade him. He went to Detroit so far in 16 games. He has 8W, 2.85, but coach, this is high. But listen, Detroit is not a team don't give a lot of goal. They give a lot of goal, and the team right now recently struggled a lot. And NEDELJKOVIC is not the reason why. But what is really impressive for me, with a team like Detroit, you have a save percentage of 9-1-7, and that's what we're looking for. He's still could be a candidate for the Rookie of the Year, but I don't think so. He can be because he has so many other players. His 2 teammates, Zeller and Raymond, plus Zegras right now are dominate that trophy for sure. So NEDELJKOVIC overall, I believe he ran very well with a save percentage of 9-1-7. Let's move on to number 7. What about that trade? Sammy Blair for the New York Rangers, insurrection and return. The St. Louis Blues got Pavel Buchnevich, one of the best players right now for the Blues. We play with Tarasenko and Kirill, or he could be also Thomas with that line. And 26 game, guys, he have 23 points, almost 1 point per game, 11 goals so far, 12 assists. Pavel also missed a couple of games, but he have an amazing good first quarter in NHL this season with his new team, the St. Louis Blues. Let's move on to number 6. Dougie Hamilton signed as a UFA at $9 million for 8 years. Listen, 23 games, 6 goals, and 9 assists, 15 points, where the team struggled a couple of times since the beginning of the season. He really responds for what his contract he got, and I think he's doing well with them. Of course, we would like him to get a little bit more points, but overall, that's the season where I believe for another time he's going to get a double-digit goal. He's going to get about over 15. For the last couple of years, he is the #1 defenseman in NHL with the most goals per season. So Hamilton continues to produce with the New Jersey Devils. great acquisition as a UFA. He was the one who was the most searched by any team in NHL to be added inside their team. Number 5, Sam Reinhart. This was the most giveaway present from Buffalo to the Florida Panthers. We still not understand how happened, to be honest with you. Reinhart with the Florida Panthers and 27 game, 8 goals, 12 assists, 20 points. Is getting hotter. For the last 7-8 game, it's really the Reinhart. After a bit start slow with the Panthers, now he finds his groove. He plays sometimes with Lundell and Huberdeau or Bennett, and he's doing well, and he starts to produce more like their Sam Reinhart did last season with a season over 25 goals. So for the Florida Panthers, this is a great acquisition for them. Number 4, Zach Hyman for Edmonton Oilers. Wow, signed as a UFA from the Toronto Maple Leafs. We know that Toronto could not sign him because of the salary cap. Signed with Edmonton for a long, great contract. 26 game guy, 11 goals, 8 assists, 19 points. Unfortunately, he got hurt the last game with a shoulder. Would be is an day-to-day at that moment. Could be a little bit longer. We have to follow up with this. But Zach did very well so far for the first quarter with the Oilers. Again, 19 point, 26 game. Take advantage to play with Trussell or McDavid or with both. But Zach, he does exactly what he did in the past with the Matthews and Marner. He continues to produce for his teammate also. The guy take the dirty job when we talk about hockey, so he does very well with the Oilers so far. Number 3, JADEN SCHWARTZ for the Seattle Kraken, signed as a UFA from the St. Louis Blues. So far, 19 point guys on 25 game. But coach, it's not big. But again, Kraken cannot score. They have an average of 2 goals per game. It continues to produce at that level. I think this is a great year so far for Schwartz. And it's a great acquisition for the Seattle to get Schwartz from the St. Louis Blues as a UFA with them. Then number 2, FREDERIK Andersen. Wow. FREDERIK, after he left the Toronto Maple Leafs, they don't want to sign him, resign him for a long-term contract. He decided to go with Carolina Hurricanes. He said this is a great story in NHL so far. 1.93 GAA, save percentage on .930, 14 W and 19 start. Unbelievable, great year, Anderson. For me, he's one of the top best 3 goaltender this season in NHL. For the Vizina, could be a great candidate if he continues to play that level. So for me, he well done for the Carolina Hurricanes to find a way to sign the veteran goaltender FREDERIK Andersen. Finally, the number 1 is for me Zed Jones with the Chicago Blackhawks. The Chicago Blackhawks struggles in the beginning of the year. They won a couple more games under Derek King, but him, Jones, whatever happening with the team, he continues to produce guys as a 23 point and 27 game, 3 goals, 20 assists, where I believe Jones, after he signed, it was a mega trade between Columbus and the Chicago Blackhawks. We know that trade, involved with Adam Bogvis back to Columbus and return. John signed a big mega contract also with the Chicago Blackhawks, but he really, really responded this year with the team after a difficult year with the Columbus Blue Jackets last year, like many other players on that team, by the way. So for me, John deserved to be number 1 at that moment. Of course, it could be for you guys another players, but for me, they are the best 10 off-season acquisition in NHL so far and during the season 2021-22 for the first quarter. So this guy conclude another great video with the Hockey National Show. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to click on the likes. If you did not subscribe to the Hockey National Show, please do it on the Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. Finally, tell me, what do you think about my top 10 best acquisition of season 2021? Until then, we want to remind you, of course, you have greatness inside of you, and I look forward to see you during the next video with the hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy. Mes amis, Merci d'avoir regardé une autre vidéo avec l'entraîneur Coach Frenchy. Mais avant de vous laisser, on vous invite, n'oubliez pas de vous abonner au channel de Hockey Nation Live Show. Si vous avez bien aimé la vidéo, s'il vous plaît, cliquez sur le petit pouce en haut. Et finalement, dites-moi ce que vous pensez de ma sélection des 10 meilleurs joueurs off-season qu'ils ont acquis durant la saison morte dans la Ligue nationale. Donc, on se revoit un peu plus tard pour une autre vidéo avec l'entraîneur Coach Frenchy. Bonne journée, mes amis.